vlogmas!
Good afternoon everyone, welcome or welcome back to Hayley's Space. My name's Hayley, I'm a nurse and knitter from Melbourne, Australia, and welcome to week 2 of Vlogmas for 2024. Today is Monday the 9th of December, and I hope you enjoyed my parents' little clip at the start of this video. They put up their Christmas tree yesterday evening, just the two of them this year, without us kids. So they thought it was the perfect time to just say hi to you all and wish you a Merry Vlogmas. So I hope you appreciated that as much as I did. This morning I got up fairly late. I had a big sleep in. I stayed up for the last F1 race of the season last night, Abu Dhabi. And I fell asleep halfway through, so I did not see what happened. What I did see was the start, where Max Verstappen very kindly took out Oscar Piastri, my favourite driver, and I was very, very upset. I was on my feet. I was making lots of noise at midnight. Yeah, but anyway, he got the penalty, it's fine. And yes, then I fell asleep halfway through and then woke up when the post-show was ending. So I completely missed most of the race except for my favourite driver being crashed into. So yeah, I slept in this morning, had a pretty slow morning, and then I went down to the garage and finally sorted through our storage cupboard down there and sorted through everything that needs to go to Queensland with the movers this week, everything that's staying with me, and everything that needs to be, you know, donated or gotten rid of. And I've been avoiding that job for a long time. It's that classic demand avoidance. Also, classic Hayley making a job seem so much bigger and more overwhelming in my head than it actually is. And also thinking that it's going to take so much longer than it actually will. It took me about half an hour to sort through everything in there. And so everything that was down there that needs to go with the movers is up here now. And it's like 3 boxes of stuff. So it's literally nothing. So that job's done, and I'm actually really happy that it's done, and I feel like I can treat myself now by sitting down and doing a little bit of knitting, which we'll get to in a minute. But I wanted to talk through quickly the things that are happening this week. Last week was pretty busy, and this week is also quite busy just life-wise. So I need to pre-film some videos today and tomorrow that will be going up in early January. They're videos that I really, really, really want to make and am really excited to make for you guys. But I need to take a break from filming in January whilst I move and whilst we're still away on holiday and things like that. So I'm going to pre-film those videos this week, and that way I've got time to edit them and get them uploaded to you guys whilst my life is a little bit crazy in January. Then tomorrow I have a course advisor meeting with my Doctor of Medicine course advisor person, and what's great about UniMelb and their Doctor of Medicine is that they really have tried to tailor it in a way that's individual for each student. Whilst we're all coming out with the same degree, we're all going to be specialising in different areas and focusing on different things, and they've really changed their course and shifted their course to focus on that. And so you meet with a course advisor before you start uni to kind of talk through your preferences and what your end goal is in terms of specialisation. So for me, I want to go into obstetrics and gynecology with a focus on regional and rural women's health. So you get to kind of communicate that and discuss that and tailor your pathway and your electives to kind of move towards that end goal. And so I think you meet with them every year to kind of talk through that and see if anything's changed and things like that. So my first one's tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous. I need to take some notes just about things I want to talk about, questions I have and plans that I have. Then on Thursday, as I said, the movers are coming. They're coming to take most of my stuff and move that all up to Queensland. So that's going to hopefully happen Thursday morning, because Thursday night I start my fortnight of night shifts. So it's good I've got a couple days off now, about 3 days off. But I do need to be able to have a nap on Thursday. So hopefully they get in the morning and get all that done so I can have a nap in the afternoon before work. And then on Friday, Callum arrives from Queensland. His annual leave starts next week. So he's flying in on Friday night after he finishes at work in the afternoon. But he gets in at midnight and I'll be at work, so I won't be able to pick him up this time around. So he's gonna Uber home and just let himself in. And I'll see him the following morning when I get home from my shift, which is fine. But yeah, that's kind of all the life stuff that's happening this week. I'm hoping to fit in a bit of knitting here and there and get some more things done. Speaking of, I want to show you a couple of things. So when I left you on Saturday, I hadn't finished my brother's beanie yet, but I finished it last night. So I finished this just before the race started, and I washed it and it blocked and dried overnight. Perks of Australian summer. But yes, here it is. Spin it around for you. Again, this is the Crofting in Scotland pattern by Bunny Muff, and I just want to show you the crown because that is my favorite part of this pattern. That star is so gorgeous. I was hoping I wouldn't need to put a pom-pom on this one, but it is quite baggy, same as my dad's. So you can see it's quite droopy and relaxed. So it needs a pom-pom, like it's definitely the style for a pom-pom. But I think it looks fantastic. I think my brother did a good job picking the orange yarn. I think it's a great colour for this pattern. Now all it needs is a pom-pom and then it is ready to send, which is exciting. Now I wanted to show you the inside where I have obviously all my floats, which I'm obsessed with. Gorgeous. But where I carried up all of my yarns, I had barely any ends to weave in because of this beautiful carry up method. And so that's that side there. If I turn this back inside out, there we go. That's where that join is. That's the beginning of round. And I feel like you can't really tell. Like obviously you can tell because it's color work and the stitches are all a bit offset. But like you can't really tell that the yarn has kind of been pulled and carried up. Yeah, so I'm really proud of this one and I'm really excited to gift it to him. I hope he likes it. But yes, it needs a pom-pom, and once the pom-pom's done, that can be sent in the mail. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was my 1031 sweater by Ozetta. Last week I over-dyed it, as you would have seen, and it is almost dry. The cuffs are just a bit damp on the ends here. But other than that, everything else is dry. And here it is. So as you can see, it is darker than what it was. So the dye has taken a little bit, but obviously the stripes are still there. Again, I'm okay with the fact that it hasn't gone black. I definitely think I'm still going to be giving this a wear when we're away. And I think now that it's even darker as well, the contrast between the stripes is not as bad. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We're putting it away, we're putting it to rest, and learning from this experience. You would have seen I caked up some yarn this morning. Now this is the polwarth DK hand-dyed yarn that I have caked up this morning. Show you this side. This side's pretty. And it's in this beautiful bright red color. And I said in my most recent podcast that I wanted to knit up a cabled beanie with this yarn, but I have struggled to find a pattern that would fit the yardage that I have. I only have the 100 gram skein. So I don't want to run out of yarn because I won't be able to get more. So I leaned away from the beanie options and I've decided to go with a headband. And I'm going to be knitting up a free pattern by Drops Design. It's called the Waiting for Snow headband, and it's a cabled twist headband. And I'm really excited. I think that's going to be really cute for our trip as well. And this beautiful red is so festive and just a fantastic color. It's color number 372 from Tarndwarncoort. So yeah, really, really happy with that and really excited to knit that up. I'm hoping to cast that on. My God, there's birds literally right outside my window. I'm hoping to cast that on this afternoon. After sorting out the garage, I feel like I need to treat myself with a fresh cast on. There's like 3 birds literally standing outside the door, outside, just looking. Hello. Okay, so that's kind of all the updates. Oh, I do have one more thing to show you. I ordered some clothes from Cider, which is a online... They're all fighting now. I think they're all fighting over territory of my backyard. Anyway, I ordered some clothes from Cider for our trip, specifically a dress for Christmas Day. And in the package with my clothes, they sent a tape measure, which I thought was just super cute. This is their logo, a little apple. One of those really beautiful pull and press tape measures. And basically it came with a card that was like a gift from us to you kind of thing. Next time you order from us, use this tape measure to get your measurements. And I just thought that was such a sweet little gift to get from a clothes shop. So I have a new tape measure going in the good old knitting bag. Hopefully I can cast on a new project today. Other projects I need to work on this week are my boyfriend's mountain pine socks. I didn't do any work on these last week. I need to pick them up again and pick up all the stitches again. But yeah, really, really am in love with how these look. So I'm excited to pick those up again. Maybe I might join all the stitches again today. I think that's it for knits that are kind of actively on the needles, which is kind of crazy. I think that's why I'm excited to cast something new on as well. That's for me after gift knitting. I need to send all my gift knits this week so that they make it in time for Christmas. So that's also on the agenda. It's about 1:30 now. I'm gonna have some lunch, I think. And I feel like I need a nap. I feel exhausted. It's get up and go at the moment. It doesn't stop. So I think I'm gonna sit down, eat my lunch, cast on that headband, and maybe watch a Christmas movie. I've been watching a lot of vlogmas, and I think it does sometimes get to a point where you get a bit worn out, not in a bad way or anything, just that, you know, you get a bit burnt out from the vlogmas sometimes. So maybe I'll watch a Christmas movie. I've been aching to watch Elf and also The Grinch. So maybe one of those. I try my hardest not to watch The Polar Express until Christmas Eve, because that's our Christmas Eve movie. We always watched it as kids and as a family on Christmas Eve. So I try my best not to watch it until then. But sometimes if you're just feeling the vibes, you just need a bit of Polar Express. I hope you're having a good week so far. Again, thank you so much if you are joining me for Vlogmas. It's really, really nice. There's so much out there at the moment, so many people doing Vlogmas. So hello and thank you. And I'm excited to take you along with me this week. All right, let's get cozy. Afternoon everyone. It's literally only just ticked over to the afternoon. It is 12:17 right now and I just finished filming a video. If you're very observant in January, you'll know which one it is. But I wanted to pop on and update you about my knitting and everything I did last night. I put on the Hunger Games yesterday afternoon. Very festive, I know. I said I wanted to watch a Christmas movie and then ended up watching that. I usually go through phases where I'll binge watch all the Hunger Games every now and then. They came out when the first one came out when I was 13. And I think the last one came out when I was like in year 11, so I was like 17 or something. So sometimes I go through phases where I'll just rewatch them just for the nostalgia. and I did that yesterday. So I watched the first one, but I fell asleep pretty much straight away after it started. I did a couple of rows on my headband, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, I had a nap for about 2.5 hours. I just feel just constantly exhausted at the moment. Means that I just don't get things done because I just fall asleep or I'm just lying on the couch. But when I woke up, I did do some more knitting, which I will show you. So my headband is coming along very nicely. Here it is. I think it's just gorgeous. I'm in love with cables right now. I just want to knit all the cables and it's just, it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm so excited to have this done before our trip. So yeah, that's coming along beautifully. I need to knit it until 24 centimeters. I feel like I'm over halfway. I don't really know. Anyway, that's where we're up to on that one. This yarn is so incredibly soft, so squishy. I feel like it's the perfect yarn for accessories because it is so soft. It's not itchy at all. It's just perfection and I'm obsessed with it, and the color is just gorgeous. I love that it's not completely all the same color. I don't know if you can see that there's some variation in there, some spots where the dye hasn't really taken the same way. And I really do like that. Keep that in mind if you are going to knit up with their hand-dyed yarn. It is not very solid in some spots. Like you can see there, we're missing some just there. But it is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. So definitely worth trying. I feel like it's perfect for accessories because the variation in color just, it gives a bit of depth to it as well. So really happy with my progress on that. And then you would have seen yesterday afternoon as well, I cast on a new project from this book. This is the Knitting with Disney book. This is by Tanis Gray. They've made a bunch of books. I have the Star Wars one, both the Harry Potter ones. I think a Gilmore Girls one has just come out as well. So many beautiful patterns. And I wanted to knit something up for our trip. And Tangled is my favorite movie of all time. And I'm so, so excited to go back again and experience the magic. But I've decided to take a friend with me and I'm knitting up this little Pascal softie. He is knit pretty much in one piece. Yeah, I don't know if you seam the legs on. I don't really know, but you start by casting on at the neck and then you knit his body and his tail, and then you pick up those cast on stitches to knit his head. And the legs are worked up in I-cords. Let me see if I can show you another picture. They have this pink one as well from when Pascal's on the tip of the boat in the I See the Light lantern scene. And he covers his little eyes because they're about to kiss and he goes pink. And I just think that's just such a cute touch. So yeah, I'm knitting him up in my leftover Bendigo Woolen Mills 8-ply. Look at this. This is the classic 8-ply by Bendigo Woolen Mills. Again, the yarn I use for my Maxine sweater. I have so much of this yarn to work through, but I just think he's perfect. So, oh my god, cover my face. So I cast on obviously at the neckline, worked the back and the tail last night. This is all done with German short rows, by the way, so you definitely need to be skilled with German short rows in order to knit up this pattern. But I find with patterns like this, with softies and stuff, I literally just follow line by line. I don't get ahead of myself and read too far in the pattern because I just get lost and confused. So I literally just work line by line and voila. We have a Pascal body, which is super cute. But yes, very, very cute. I'm very happy with how this is coming along. I don't think I need to change color again. Now, I think you just knit him up in the one color. Yeah. So that's all for the dark green parts. Now it's just finishing up his tail, which is also an I-cord. And then knitting up his head and his legs. So he's going to be super cute on my shoulder at Disney World. I'm super excited. I'm going to pin him to my outfit that day. I don't know which day I'm going to wear him, but he's going to be there with us. But yes, that's where I got up to last night. Then this morning, obviously, I filmed a video. And I'm going to have some lunch now. I'm quite hungry. And then I have my course advisor meeting at 2 o'clock. I've done all my preparation for that. I've taken my notes. I've done all of my surveys and stuff that have all the information that they need from me. And it should only be like a half an hour meeting. So I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to go watch some vlogmases. The thing about living in Australia and having opposite time zones is that I wake up every morning in December, and there's like 7 new vlogmas videos to watch, which is great. I love it. But sometimes it's a shock to the system. You like open your subscriptions box and you're like, whoa, everybody uploaded last night. So I'm gonna watch a couple, maybe some Zoella, because I think she uploaded a vlog last night, and Penrose Knits uploaded last night too. So yes, that is my plan for this morning. It's a very much stay inside the house day today for me. Okay, I'm jabbering on. You'd think I would have done enough talking this morning with filming a whole sit down video, but no, still keen to chat. Let's go downstairs, let's have lunch, let's have a coffee, and do some knitting. Yes, knitting time, I'm so excited. I just wanted to share this candle with you because it smells insanely amazing. I don't know what this brand is, I've never heard of it really. But I got this candle from TK Maxx last year at Christmas time, and it smells insane. It smells like a pine forest. I will put the name of the scent just here on the screen because it's on the lid underneath it right now. But it smells fantastic. So if you're looking for like a fresh Christmas scent, definitely check out this brand. I feel like a lot of Christmas candle scents are very like winter centric, obviously. You know, you get like Christmas cookie or like fireside kind of scents. But for us in the Southern Hemisphere, it's summer. So I want to light a Christmas candle, but I don't want my house to smell like a log fire. So that one's really, really nice because it has like a fresh piney scent to it that doesn't smell like winter. So your house can still be nice and summery and fresh, but not smell so deep and smoky as a lot of Christmas scents do. Okay, anyway. Good evening. It's just gone 10 p.m. and I'm getting into bed, settling in for the night, getting cozy. Today has been full on. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I think I've finished all of the packing and everything ready for the movers to come tomorrow. I think. We'll find out tomorrow. I mean, whatever they arrive to take away is what they take. That's kind of where we're at right now. So yeah, I spent pretty much the whole day finishing up all the packing and sorting and all of that jazz. So that was very tiring. And then when I had some free time this afternoon, I decided to take myself to the gym, which is all good and well, but I think I hurt myself. Well, no, I know I hurt myself when I was warming up, actually, which is so embarrassing, but what can you do? I think I pulled something in my back, kind of my side here. I guess the bottom of my lat, you could say. It's more like the back of my ribs. Yeah, I felt like a pop. Never had that feeling before. And ever since then, it's just been a sharp pain in my side and my back. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to move. It's like any time I'm engaging my core, so like when I'm walking or sitting up straight, it just, yeah, it's very sharp pain. So I've got this like ice gel stuff that I used to use when I did, I ran some half marathons, lockdown days. So I use that a lot. So I've got that, I'm going to put that on there and see if that helps at all, and take some Panadol as well, and obviously get a good night's sleep. Usually the day before night shift, because I go back to work tomorrow night, I'll try and stay up as late as possible, but the movers are coming between 8 and 10 tomorrow morning, so, and then after injuring myself, it's probably better if I just get a good night's sleep. I can't head to sleep yet though. After I went to the gym, I nipped to Bunnings, which is like a hardware store here in Australia. And I got in there 5 minutes before closing to get myself a mini fridge. I completely forgot over the last couple of weeks that I needed to source myself a mini fridge. I don't know how it slipped my mind. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so I needed to get this fridge, and I needed to get it tonight because I need to take everything out of the big fridge, which is obviously being picked up tomorrow. And I need to turn that off so that it'll defrost and obviously not be cold when it gets picked up tomorrow. So I picked that up with 5 minutes in Bunnings to spare. They literally closed the register as I was arriving. I was like, please, I need this fridge. And they let me check out, which is nice. So that is, I was about to say warming up, but I guess it's cooling down now. I plugged it in about half an hour ago when I got home, 45 minutes now. And it needs to be on for about 2 hours before I start putting food in it. So I'm going to stay up for a little bit now and watch some vlogmases, I think. And I think Nee Knits has a new podcast episode out, so I'm going to watch that as well and do a little bit of knitting. I'll update you on my knitting as well. Whew. Sitting up is a challenge. This is really not how I saw this week going and how I saw Vlogmas going, but I'm really hoping that I feel better by next week, before we go away, because I don't want to be in this kind of pain and sitting on a plane for God knows how many hours and not being able to breathe properly. I'm sure it'll go away in a couple of days, we'll see. Anyway, the knitting. I did some work on my headband. I added the twist to the headband, and what you do with this pattern is you split the stitches in half on separate DPNs, and then you knit 4 centimeters on each half, and then you cross them over onto the one needle, if that makes sense. So then you end up knitting them twisted. Where are we? Yeah, so you end up knitting the rest of it, I guess, twisted. So you can see the gap there where I knit on the 2 separate halves, and then you cross them over and knit from the twist. It's looking really good. I've got 6 more cable repeats to go before I can cast off, so hopefully I get some good progress on that tonight. As I said, this is not the way I thought this week would go. I'm just going to do my best to manage whatever the hell this is. I really hope it's not something really bad. I think a good night's sleep will do me good, and we'll just reassess in the morning if it's still this sort of level of pain in the morning. I think that's how I know that something is definitely wrong, but I think a good night's sleep will definitely help. It's been a full-on week. I'm really excited for the move to be, well, this part of the move, sorry, to be done, because it's taken up all of my free time. And I'm excited to fill that time with some festive things and some more knitting instead of packing and sorting through cupboards and things. Alright, I think I'm going to sign off for today and just do some knitting and relaxing before I need to go back downstairs and move everything from the big fridge to the little fridge. But then that should be it, hopefully, until tomorrow I can sleep. Alright, good night.
silent night. I only have one wish for that shooting star. Holy night, send me someone to love so I can hold their hand while we're ice skating around the trees in Central Park. Kiss them under the mistletoe. Oh, I want a Christmas kind of spark. Santa Claus, do you know Cupid sent his arrow straight to my heart? I wanna fall in love this Christmas. Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all. Turtle doves and all my favorite things come in sets up too. So does love. Send me someone I can talk to. We'll share stories of our childhood memories of Christmas past.
Good afternoon. Today is the 12th of December. It's just almost gone 4:30 in the afternoon, and the movers have come and gone. Thank goodness. So the movers got here at around 10 this morning, and they took about just under 2 hours, I think, to pack up everything and get it out, which is awesome. It took a lot less time than I thought it would, which is great. And so now downstairs is really empty. I think they've taken everything that I needed them to. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I'm moving into a 1-bedroom apartment in the new year, so I really am limited for space. So I tried to send as much as I could to Queensland with this move, and I don't think I forgot anything. I think everything I have here I'm either getting rid of in the new year or is coming with me, and I think it will all fit. So that feels really good, and I'm so glad it's done. It was really weighing on me over this past week, trying to organize everything and get it all sorted. And yeah, it's just like a weight lifted off my shoulders now. It's in somebody else's hands, and then it'll be Callum's poor job to unpack when it gets to the other end. But once everything got moved out, it was so messy down there. We've been in this apartment for almost 4 years now, I think. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years sounds right. And when your couch has been in the same spot for 4 years and you haven't moved it to clean it, there's a lot of dust under there. So I've given downstairs a really good vacuum, a really deep mop. And it's nice and tidy and clean down there, which feels really good, but it's so echoey and so empty. So downstairs is a bit sad right now, hence why I'm up here. But it is stinking hot up here. I was thinking of moving this desk and my computer down there, but I realized it's gonna be way too heavy for me to do on my own, especially with my back. Speaking of, I'm still in quite a bit of pain. It's the same level as it was last night. I'm trying to keep up with the Panadol and ibuprofen, but yeah, it's not too good. What can you do? Life must go on. And I am about to get into my pajamas. I'm about to go down for a nap. I'm talking about myself as if I'm a toddler, but I am about to have an afternoon nap so I can wake up fresh and get ready for work a little bit later tonight. I start at 9 p.m. And I finish at 7:30 tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna have a nap for a couple of hours now. Maybe 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours sounds about right. Hopefully. It depends if I can get to sleep. But yes, that's the goal. But before I do that, I wanted to show you my knitting. So this morning, whilst the movers were here, I was kind of like a sitting duck. And you know, it feels weird to like stand there and watch them the whole time. So I came up here and I did some knitting, and I finished my headband. Well, at least the main knitting portion. I haven't sewn it up yet. It's done, and it looks super, super cute. Obviously, I will wear it with my hair probably a little bit higher than this, or even with my hair out, but I love it. It's perfect. All I need to do now is sew it up. I'm thinking, should I block it before I sew it? I don't really know. I think blocking will help make the cables maybe look a little bit neater, but I'm kind of happy with the fabric I have right now, so I'll make that decision later, I think. The one thing about Drops Design patterns in their seams that I don't like is they get you to do these garter ridges. I don't know if you can see that there. The garter ridges at the start, or even if the pattern is a like sewn together sweater pattern on all of the seams and all of the edges, like cast on edges, cast off edges. They'll get you to do these garter ridges, and I'm just not a fan of it. And I was just following the pattern, I wasn't thinking, and I probably could have just done like a regular knit row, because it would be easier to mattress stitch these together and it would look so much neater if it was just 2 knit rows as opposed to the garter ridges. But it's fine, it's okay. I'll just have to remember that for next time. It's been a while since I knit up a drops design pattern, so it just slipped my mind. But you would have seen I finished the beanies finally, well, the pom-poms I should say. Here's my brother's. The pom-pom I think is a little bit small. I'm not sure. I think I need to see it on him to decide whether or not it's too small. My dad's one was definitely a lot bigger than this, but I think you can see the star a little bit, which I like, and it looks okay on. I mean, I showed you before, but here it is in all its glory. So that one is ready to go. And then this is another gift knit beanie. I'm not going to say who it's for. I've shown it to you before a couple of podcast episodes ago, but this is the quick ombre hat pattern by Emily Dormier. All patterns and everything will be listed in the description, but I just did a plain blue pom-pom for this one, and I think it looks fantastic. The last one I knit up for my nan, I didn't put a pom-pom on, but I think this pattern just looks fantastic with the pom-pom. It looks gorgeous. So those two are done and ready to be sent off as well. Then lastly, I did make some progress on my little Pascal. He has a tail now. That's so hard to show you and so hard to see. But you just do an I-cord tail with decreases as per the pattern. And I have reached the end of his tail now, so I just need to bind off and then you roll it up like a little iguana tail, and then you sew it down and he looks so cute. So yeah, that's the progress on Pascal. I hopefully will be able to take him to work tonight. He's a little bit technical though. The knitting I like to take to work is very much like basic, simple stockinette, just because I don't have the ability to give my full attention and capacity to my knitting. You know, I'm still working, so in the times when I'm on night shift, when I do have time to knit, I like it to be pretty simple and basic so that I can just drop it when I need to, because I need to be at attention. So I'm not sure what I'll take. I do have some socks that need to be worked on, but I did see today, I watched Pepper Knit's vlogmas episode, not the most recent for you. I can't remember what number it is. I'll maybe put it here or I'll link it in the description, but she did like a podcast episode of vlogmas, which I really enjoyed. And she knit up these socks. I think they're called the summer camp socks or something. And they're a free pattern. They're a ribbed sock, 2x2 ribbed sock. Free pattern on Ravelry. And they just looked really, really nice. And I was kind of inspired. So maybe I'll cast on something new again. As soon as I cast off any project, like even that headband, I get cast on fever. And I'm trying to think through my current whips and what I need to get done. And there's just nothing that's like very demanding for my attention right now. Like I need to finish my boyfriend's mountain pine socks, I know that, but I also know that I have hours and hours to spend next weekend on an aeroplane where I can probably work on those socks and get a decent amount finished. So maybe I'll cast on something fun tonight. As I said, I'm gonna go have a nap now. I'm very excited because tomorrow Callum arrives. Very, very excited for him to be home. It's gonna be weird for him to come here and the house is gonna be half empty. Okay, yeah, I'm taking myself to bed. Good night. See you in a couple hours, hopefully.
Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. Carols and bells, none of them help. I still feel blue. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. need a fancy watch. You can give the elves a break. No, you can't make it in the shop. You can't put it on your sleigh. You know me so well that nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love.
They're a bit tragic, Mum.
Save the wrapping paper, your ribbon and bow. I don't need that extra stuff. Oh, I just wanna fall in love. Santa, I've been good this year. Make your list and check it twice. I'll leave you a note right here underneath the Christmas lights. You know me so well, and nobody else can do what you do. I just wanna fall in love this Christmas. I just wanna fall in love. Fall in love.
Good evening. It is almost 8 p.m. now on Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th if you celebrate. It's also my dad's birthday, so happy birthday to my dad, obviously. Now, I got home from work this morning at about 8 o'clock, I think it was. I quickly stopped by McDonald's to get myself a little bit of a bedtime snack, which was lovely, except my Sprite had soda water in it. You know when the kegs run out of soft drink and they have like it transfers to soda water to let you know that it needs to be changed? I didn't taste my Sprite before I drove off. So I was already down the road and I tasted it was soda water, and I hate soda water. So that was a bit disappointing, but that was okay. Because I came home, I went to bed. I only slept for like 4 or 5 hours, which is not ideal. Usually after my first night, I sleep like a solid 6 or 7 hours. But yeah, I don't know what was up. I did have a nap at work last night on my break. We get a 1 hour break. And most of us use that time to nap. I don't usually, because this one time I set an alarm. Well, I set a timer, and then I cancelled the timer and went back to sleep. And my manager, bless her soul, the nurse in charge that night, I love her. She's like my work mum. She let me sleep for like 2.5 hours or something ridiculous. And I felt so bad. She came and woke me up. She was like, hey, like, you need to get up now. She told me it'd been 2.5 hours and I lost my mind. So I usually don't sleep on my breaks anymore because I fear that that's going to happen. But last night I only napped for about half an hour, and then I spent the other half an hour of my break on my phone. So maybe that's why I didn't sleep as long this morning, because I slept a bit overnight. I don't really know. There is no rhyme or reason. There's no real science to it. With night shift, you literally just like hope that you sleep when you sleep. So when I woke up, I got to work. I have been so busy today. I made some gingerbread cookies, which are so delicious. I try and make them every year, and I use the same recipe every year. If you have celiac, or you're gluten intolerant, or maybe you're making food for somebody who's gluten intolerant, I highly recommend gluten-free on a shoestring. I will link the blog down below. Their recipes are fantastic, and I always go to that website if I'm looking for like a gluten-free alternative to something. Highly recommend. I have never made a recipe from that website that has gone wrong. They all taste amazing. They all work out amazing. If you are familiar with gluten-free foods, you'll know that, especially with baking, they just don't behave the same way that glutinous foods do, because obviously it's lacking the gluten, it's lacking that elasticity. So things like bread and baked goods don't always go to plan. But that website, Gluten-Free on a Shoestring, their recipes, fantastic. I will link their gingerbread recipe specifically down below as well. I make it every year, well at least I try to, and it's perfect. It's like kind of crispy on the outside, but it's got that chewy gooiness on the inside, and they bake like real cookies. except they're gluten-free. So yeah, highly recommend. I wasn't about to make royal icing. I wasn't about to whip up egg whites by hand. My KitchenAid is on a truck now on the way to Queensland, so I wasn't about to make royal icing by hand. So I made a water icing, which was literally icing sugar and water, and I ran out of icing sugar and I had put too much water in it. So the icing was a little bit runny. You would have seen that. They look a little bit sad, but it's okay because they taste really good. So I put them on a plate in the kitchen, and hopefully Callum can try one when he gets in tonight. That reminds me, I need to put the keys downstairs for him so that he can get in. But yes, then I did a bunch of tidying. I changed the bed sheets so they're nice and fresh for when Callum gets here. He can get all cozy when he gets in tonight. I did some vacuuming upstairs, sorting. I think that was kind of it. I wrapped my Christmas presents, of course. I did all of that, all the hot water bottles and the beanies, everything. They're all wrapped, ready to go. But I didn't manage to do that in time before the post office closed. So I'm gonna have to mail them off tomorrow. I do need to check the Ozpost Christmas cutoff dates because I fear that I may have missed it. Ozpost is quite slow, and even with express shipping, there's not always a guarantee that your things will arrive in that express window. I often find that I pay for express and then it just arrives in standard shipping time anyway. Anyway, I will check that and hopefully mail them off tomorrow morning. But yeah, they're all wrapped, ready to go. I wrote some Christmas cards, which was really nice. I really enjoy doing that. And then I did block my headband. It's currently drying on the drying rack just next to me here. Yeah, just with wool wash, literally just a 15-minute in the warm water with the wool wash. Squeezed it out and now it's drying. Hopefully it'll dry over the next couple of days and then I'll seam it up. I think that was a smart choice, just because then I can get an accurate size and I can always seam it up tighter if I need to. But yeah, we'll see when that dries. We'll reassess and reevaluate. But I do have some more knitting to show you. I, just before I left for work yesterday, cast on my second November Colourwork Cuff Club sock. I'll show you the first one just to remind you what it looks like. I think I showed this in episode 1 of Vlogmas. Just the Fair Isle design there. Slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, and a wedge toe. Very basic. This is Drops. Oh my god, what is this? This is Drops Fabel. Go. And this colour is colour number 113. It's this rich burgundy colour. I don't know what colour the white is, but I think it's like colour 100 or 101, something like that. Anyway, so those are the two colours I'm using. And this is a pattern by Summerlee Knits. So the Colourwork Cuff Club is a pattern by Summerlee Knits where every month you receive an update to the pattern and you receive a chart or 2 charts so far every month for the leg of the sock. And this was November's. I'm not knitting up December's. I spoke about that in episode 1 of Vlogmas. But yes, I hadn't knit up the second sock yet, and I knew I wanted to do it before Christmas because I want to wear these on Christmas Eve with my Christmas pajamas. And so I cast that on before I left for work thinking, oh, if I get the ribbing done at work, that'll be fab. But then I had a really light patient load. Everyone slept and I had an empty bed until 6:30 in the morning. My admission didn't come from the emergency department until 6:30. So my patient didn't come up till I was pretty much done with my shift. So I had a lot of time last night to sit down, which is surprising. But this is where we got up to. I did the ribbing, I did the entire colourwork chart and the entire leg of the sock. And I am now ready to start the heel. Can you believe? Literally, that was all at work last night. I was watching some Vlogmases and kind of didn't really realise how much I was blazing through this. I think it is a sign as to how simple this pattern is and how well Summerlee Knits writes her patterns. It's so easy to follow. The charts are so clear and so clearly written. The pattern's written so well. All the props to Summerlee Knits for bringing out a new pattern every month for these socks and writing it so beautifully. But yes, I'm now up to the heel. I'm really happy with how this looks. And I just know they're just going to be the cutest pair of Christmas socks ever. I love them. So yeah, I'm ready to do the heel. I was getting worried though because I had this much yarn left and I thought I had maybe only ordered one ball. And so I was getting worried that I was going to have to play yarn chicken. But I did look in my stash this morning and I have an entire other ball of this yarn. So I might not need to dip into too much of this, I hope. But I'll have enough to finish the pair of socks, which is great. So yeah, that's where we're up to. I'm gonna take those again tonight, just with the goal of getting the heel done. You never know what happens with work. You know, patients get discharged during the day. You never know what patient assignment you're showing up to. So I never kind of really go in with big goals for knitting when I go on to night shift, just because you never know what's gonna happen at work. But yeah, if I get the heel done tonight, that would be really awesome. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. I feel really good about how today went. I am feeling a little bit tired. I'm gonna make myself a coffee now to go before I leave for work. I'm gonna leave a little bit earlier just so I can get some food in my stomach. I am contemplating McDonald's again. I've gotten so much takeout this past week. It's really bad. I mean, I know why I'm craving these fast foods. Happens every month. It is what it is. Part of being a woman. But yeah, I don't know if I should get takeout or not. I think I'm going to. I have some food in the fridge at work that I will heat up later at probably around 2 o'clock before I go for my break. But yes, Callum arrives tonight. His plane lands at midnight. Funny story, his flight is actually booked for tomorrow. He showed up to the airport and tried to check in and his flight's actually tomorrow. But they put him on today's flight. They were like, it's fine, we've got space. So they put him on today's flight. So he is still arriving tonight. He arrives at midnight, which is very exciting. I'm excited to have him home. And we've pretty much organized most things for our trip now. Our esters are all done and organized. We've got our passports and everything. Oh, I hope Callum packed his passport. We shall see. I just texted him. I hope he packed his passport, otherwise we're cooked. Oh, anyway, he'll have to literally fly home to go get his passport and fly back again. No, I'm sure he has his passport. Anyway, I'm that person when we go on holidays who has like the big travel book wallet thing that has all the passports and all the flights and all the like I have to have all of that in my hands. So I'm lots of fun to travel with. Anyway, I'm gonna go to work now. These are my scrubs for today. Aren't they cute? They are cats with Santa hats on. I love them. I get most of my fun scrubs from Dangerfield or Princess Highway. I'll link them down below. They're fantastic scrubs. And if you're a healthcare worker, you get half price. So they only cost $55 for the shirt and the pants. They're like a durable cotton material, heaps of pockets. Love these scrubs. Most of my fun printed scrubs are there and they're always bringing out new designs as well. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. I'm really enjoying Vlogmas this year. Yeah, I just feel like I'm managing it a lot better than last year. And I'm excited now for next week because we have a lot of festive activities planned. The festivities can begin next week, you know what I mean? As for tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. I am supposed to have a workout class in the morning, the one that I go to with my friends. So I usually come home, take a nap on Saturday mornings if I've had night shift, and then go to that class, come home and then go back to sleep again. I think I'm still gonna go. My back is feeling a little bit better today. It felt really bad when I woke up from my sleep, just from being in that like awkward position. It really hurts to lie down. But Voltaren is really helping. The ice gel did work for a little while, but it's not so inflamed anymore. So I've been putting Voltaren on it and that's really helping with the pain. So I think I'll still go tomorrow morning, I'll take it easy. I'll just go really slow and not really do much, which is fine. But otherwise I don't really know what we're doing tomorrow. I do have another night shift tomorrow night, so there might not be much tomorrow in the way of things, doing things. It might just be a knitting in bed kind of day, which I mean, sounds like a dream. Oh, that might be what I do tomorrow. Come home, have a nap, obviously see Callum if he's awake when I get home. Go to my workout class, come home, go back to sleep again. and then spend the afternoon in bed knitting. Oh, that sounds fantastic. I kind of can't wait now. All right, I'm heading into work. I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. Okay, Callum just texted me back. I said, you packed your passport, yeah? He goes, oh shit. I go, don't say that, don't stress me out. Are you for real right now? He sends me a love heart. I'm like, are you actually joking? You have to be joking. He goes, it's in my backpack. This is the man I have to deal with. He thinks it's hilarious. I don't think it's hilarious. Honestly.
Can I grab a double quarter pounder, please, without the bun?
Double quarter pounder with no bun.
And I'll grab it in a large meal with a Coke, please.
Good evening, everyone. It is just past 8 o'clock on Saturday evening, and I'm just popping on to sign off this week's vlog here. I really didn't do anything today. I went to my gym class in the end and really just took it slow and took it easy, and my back's okay, a little bit sore, but it's feeling better every day, so I'm really happy that it is improving over time. But then I came home and went back to sleep, which was really nice. I needed some more sleep for sure. I got about 2 hours this morning when I got home, and then another 3-ish. I'm feeling fairly well rested and ready to go back to work tonight. It's my last shift for this week. I'll be back at work next Tuesday night, and I've only got 2 shifts next week, which is awesome. I will quickly recap the knitting I got done last night. It was another really chill shift, but again, I had an empty bed for a little while, so I only had 7 patients for the first couple of hours. My admission came at around 2 o'clock-ish in the morning, so yeah, the patient load was quite light. We'll see again how tonight goes, who knows. But I did manage to get the heel flap, heel turn, and all the gusset decreases done. And now I'm just up to knitting the foot, which is great. I'm going to try and get as much of the foot done as possible tonight. But I think Callum and I are also planning to go to the movies at some point. I'm hoping we can go tomorrow evening because the new Lord of the Rings animated film came out, and we really want to go see that. So if I have some stockinette knitting for the movies, that'll be great. So yeah, I'm just gonna slowly chug away on this sock over the next couple of days, and hopefully I'll have a finished pair of socks to show you next week. That would be great if they can be done and dusted. My Waiting for Snow headband is still a little bit damp. I think I'll seam it up probably tomorrow, and I'll show it to you next week as well. Thank you so much if you've joined me this week and have made it to the end of this video. I think it was a pretty long one and a very chatty one this week. I had a lot to say this week. I just yappered on a little bit. So if you're still here and you're still watching, thank you so much for joining me, and again for spending a little part of your December with me. Next week we have plenty of festive activities planned, so I'm really excited for that vlog. We're halfway now through Vlogmas and technically halfway through December, which is just crazy to me. Only 2 weeks left of Vlogmas, and then it'll be the new year. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. This time next week as well, we'll be getting ready to head to the airport to head on our holiday. So I'm super excited for what the next couple of weeks have in store, and I'm really excited for Christmas. I hope you're all having a wonderful December so far, and you're getting in some festive activities or some knitting or some crafting and taking some time for yourself during this time of year. It can be so incredibly busy, so much going on, seeing family, working, whatever it is. So I hope you're taking some time to yourself to do something that you enjoy. All right, I will see you all next week for week 3 of Vlogmas. Thank you for joining me.